What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So I have right here the Pixel 7a in the C color, and I have the Pixel 6a in the silver gray. It's got two-tone finish, as you can see right here. And I'm going to compare the two devices and see, is it worth, for example, upgrading from the Pixel 6a to the Pixel 7a, or which one should you get if you're out on the market looking for a new A series device. So without further delay, let's dive right in. Let's start off with design and display of these devices. So if you take a look, they both look very similar, but the camera visor on the Pixel 7a has more of a metal and aluminum feel to it, and it's not a seamless piece that blends into the aluminum sides of the device itself, but it's very reminiscent of the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro. The 6a is reminiscent of the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. It still has that aluminum finish, and I like how it's a matte black aluminum railings on the side, and the camera visor is a little bit higher up. There's more to the top between, the camera visor and the top of the phone itself on 7a when compared to the 6a, as you can see right here. Anyway, 4 colors, Pixel 7a, and 3 colors on the Pixel 6a. One of those colors for 7a is a Google exclusive, so if you want to pick up the Coral, you got to pick that up from Google Store itself. Now let's come to the displays on the devices. So we both have a 6.1 inch display screen size for both of these phones. However, big difference here is that Pixel 7a comes equipped with a 90 Hertz refresh rate. However, out of the box, it's still default at 60 Hertz, so you do have to change that through its settings. And through day-to-day use, they're both great. However, you do see the difference with a higher refresh rate display. Now, one thing, I don't know if I'm tripping, or maybe it's me, I don't know, but the chin on the Pixel 7a looks thicker than the chin on the Pixel 6a. I don't know if that's just me, but then again, after I looked at that, I took a look at the entire display, and I feel like the 7a has a slightly thicker display overall. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but side to side, it looks like the Pixel 7a is just slightly taller, but then when you look at it from the side, it's I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing it differently. Maybe it's the same size, I'm not sure, but there is a bezel regardless on both of these devices. That's okay. Day-to-day use, it's fine. So design-wise, which one you prefer, it comes down to personal preference. I like the Pixel 7a design because it's more modern, it's upgraded, and they have cooler colors, I guess. There is a sage color for the Pixel 6a, but I like the C that I have right here, as well as the Coral. Now that's going to bring me into performance and software on both of these devices. So Pixel 7a comes equipped with Tensor G2, same as its older brothers, which is a 6-month-old chipset as of right now, and Pixel 6a comes equipped with Tensor G1, which at this point came out at the end of 2021, so it's a 1.5 old chipset. And again, day-to-day use, they both perform really good. There's no need to, they're not the most highest end chipsets on the market, but it's cool that they're using their flagship chipset found in their older brothers. That's a good thing. Now, 8 gigs of RAM on the Pixel 6a or 7a and 128 gigs of storage. Pixel 6a comes equipped with 6 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage. So the extra 2 gigs of RAM does help when you're trying to multitask or have a bunch of apps open in the background. I kind of wish 128 gigs was not the base storage, but it was 256 instead, especially if you're going to be holding on to these for a couple of years. In the next couple of years, 256 gigs is going to become the base storage. Now, Pixel 7a and Pixel 6a will both come equipped with 3 years of software updates. So 7a comes shipped out of the box Android 13. We're going to get Android 14, 15, and Android 16. Pixel 6a came equipped with Android 12 out of the box and quickly got Android 13. So we're going to be getting Android 14 and 15. So that's a good plus. I hope Google in the next year or two does change instead of just changes their software updates and brings 4 years instead of 3, that would be pretty cool. But we'll have to see. Overall, day-to-day performance, it's not like you're gonna notice a huge difference just because you don't have a Tensor G2 chipset on the Pixel 6a. However, if you're out on the market looking for a more powerful device between the two, obviously I would prefer Pixel 7a. Let's talk about cameras. So Pixel 7a uses a new camera module. So up until the 7a, Pixel A series was using the same, like it was Sony IMX sensor, 12 megapixels, the tried and true sensor for years, and it did a great job. However, this year with the A series, Google decided to put in a new module, a 64 megapixel rear camera. So it's a larger sensor, which means it's going to bring in more light to your photos. However, just know that even though it's a 64 megapixel camera, the photos are pixel binned down to 16 megapixels, but it does bring in more light, and it's a pixel camera in the end, so it won't let you down. And I'll be putting up sample photos on screen. Pixel 6a, it's using that same 12 megapixel rear camera that's been using for years, and they both perform great. I don't think there's any need to upgrade from the Pixel 6a to the 7a just because there's a new 64 megapixel camera. I think with any A series device, you're getting really good results. I know some who have a Pixel 4a right now, some who have a Pixel 4, Pixel 3, and their camera results are still really good. Pixel cameras start to do really well, especially with the introduction of Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL. And ever since then, they've just been doing a really good job. Computational photography with Google devices is very, very good. Now, the one thing I did notice is the ultra-wide photos on Pixel 7a. They're like a little bit distorted, but then again, if you're not taking a lot of ultra-wide photos, that shouldn't bother you. And also, if you have a Pixel 6a, I don't think it's worth the upgrade to get the Pixel 7a just because of a new 64 megapixel camera. However, if you pick up either one, you can rely on the quality of the camera on both devices. That's going to bring me into the battery life on both of these Pixel A series devices. So Pixel 7a 4,385 milliamp hours and Pixel 6a 4,410. So it's like a slight decrease, but Tensor G2 is a little bit better with optimization, battery optimization when compared to Tensor G1, so it kind of does level out. They're both good battery lives. They're not great. And what I mean by great is like they're not going to last you like 2 days as a heavy user. In fact, you're going to struggle as a heavy user like myself, you're going to struggle to get it through a full day. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, I don't want to compare, but like this device has set the battery life bar for me. So if it doesn't perform like the S23 Ultra, then for me, it's just like, it's good. It's not great. Just my experience there. If you're a light user though, I know that this will last you well into your second day and you don't need to worry about, oh no, the charge is gonna finish throughout the day. I'm not near a charger or anything like that. Now both do charge at 18 watts. However, Pixel 7a, and this is a first for an A series device, it includes wireless charging. So now you don't need to worry about, oh, I forgot my charger and I don't have any way to charge it. You have the option to wirelessly charge. Granted, it's like 7.5 watts, so it's not the fastest. But if you forget your charger with Pixel 6a, well then, how are you gonna charge it? There's no wireless charging. This is new for an A series device, and that's going to lead me into the pricing because there is an increase with price for the Pixel 7a. However, battery life, like they're both good. It's not worth upgrading from Pixel 6a to 7a for an addition of wireless charging. Now pricing, Pixel 7a, $499, $50 increase from when the Pixel 6a was released at $449. And get this, Pixel 6a is still being sold. It's still available and its price dropped down to $349. That's a really good price for this device. And I'm thinking, imagine if Pixel 6a was priced at $349 at launch. This would have been like instant recommend Pixel device last year. Now there's a $150 difference. Is it worth the $150 difference to pick up Pixel 7a instead of Pixel 6a? I'll put it this way. Pixel 7a is a more feature-rich phone, while Pixel 6a offers a better budget option that is still quite capable. Like 7a right here, it's adding more things, a 90 Hz display, a new camera module, it's adding wireless charging, and it's $150 more expensive, or $50 price increase from its original price retail of Pixel 6a, which is $449. $50 increase, I see why, but now it's like you're getting into Pixel 7 territory, so pay an extra $7 or $100 and you'll get a Pixel 7, which offers better charging speeds, a better camera, just a better experience overall. Like, is it worth getting Pixel 7a over 6a? No, it's not. Like, my verdict is that. Now, ultimately, it does come down to preference. Like, if you want the 90 Hz refresh rate, you want the wireless charging, and you want the new camera, and you still want to get an A-series device, or maybe you just like the new colors. You like this new C color. You want to pick up that Google exclusive coral color. Yeah, Pixel 7a is going to be that device for you. However, like, if you don't need the 90 Hz refresh rate, if you don't need a new camera module, if you don't need wireless charging, and $350 is a steal of a price for you, this is the phone. Like, I can still recommend Pixel 6a in 2023. And now that I think about it, I think this is more of a great recommendation as a phone in 2023, now that the Pixel 7 is out on the market. It still has great specs and it has a price drop. $349 for Pixel 6a. My personal preference is going to be Pixel 6a because of the fact that I personally don't need a new camera module. I don't need a 90 Hz refresh rate, although I really like it. I can do with a 60 Hz refresh rate for a $350 device. For me, Pixel 6a would be that phone. And yeah, that's really it. There's some really good improvements with 6a to 7a, but when you drop down the price, it's like if this was $449, I would have said, hey, you're paying an extra $50, you're gonna get all these extra features, I think it's worth it. But now there's a huge price drop and you're out on the market looking for a new mid-range budget phone. This is the phone that I personally would recommend. That's been it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to Superman a like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.